Hello viewers, I'm SB and welcome back to EVERSPACE. I've made some changes, I mentioned this in all the other series, but I've made some changes to the way I record. Some elements of the mix have been adjusted. The end result should be that my voice is a little quieter, but that it sounds a little better. Tell me if that's the case, or if it's not the case, if you notice any change in the audio at all, please leave it in the comments below. And with that, let's get out there. We're trying something crazy here today. So I put on jump repairs, the equalizer. Actually, jump repairs and the equalizer. What? Oh, okay, I'm going to get rid of jump repairs. But we're trying out the ancient weapon. Every time I fire, the ship's hull is damaged. That seems not great. But I think that the equalizer should be a fun way to play with that. I don't know how much it's going to damage the hull. Maybe this will kill me. But I figured we got to try out the ancient weapon, right? So let's... what else would go well with this? If an enemy is destroyed, the player's ship hull is repaired. Sounds good, but we don't know how much the ship's hull is damaged by when we fire the weapon, and I'm a little nervous about not being able to use nanobots to fix things. Like, I might damage myself out. We give ourselves some more hull. We could take a beeline because there's no downside to it, right? Because I'm not allowed to have other weapons. Yeah, that's not a terrible idea. We certainly don't want 5% more armor. I'm not taking sensory overload because I think we're gonna have to be real careful about the things we shoot our weapon at, right? So maybe I don't care about where all the loot is. We're not gonna be mining everything out anyway. Yeah, I might take weapons deal 40% more damage. Probably not. Let's see how much damage it does base. Shield is permanently disabled. That sounds like a terrible idea. We don't have any secondary weapons. Yeah, let's take beeline. I don't know. I don't get hit by missiles all that often in the first place, but part of the reason I don't get hit by missiles all that often is because I can shoot at them. Yeah, let's try this out. Let's just find out, huh? We should not take one that has missiles included with it because we don't get any benefit from them. Let's try a new selection. Sensor relay and some shield charge drones? That's not bad, actually. Shield charge drones might be important to us. Time extender is also possibly good. What, we can build a time extender. Alright, so we've never done particularly well with the interceptor. Alright, ancient weapon is okay. This weapon's fine. Make 10 deals with the trader, survive a warship attack, reach sector 2. Wow. The game is pretty. Did you guys know this game is, like, pretty? Okay, so I got this ancient weapon. It is fused with the ship and completely replaced our weapon systems. It is going to damage our hull every time we fire it, but it will not destroy the ship under any circumstances. Its damage output decreases with a declining hull integrity. Oh, that's something that would have been cool to know before we jumped out here. No, wait, increases. I'm pretty sure I read that as decreases. Actually, I like the fact that we are at 50% hull now. So we're going to have to upgrade our shield, like really all the upgrading to the shield. Maximum shield upgrade. It only does 150 damage on hit. That's not that high. I was kind of hoping it was going to be like totally crazy. But it also looks like a shock rifle. Does it charge? I don't know how this thing works. So we need to make a big shield. We also have a cloak. I didn't like the cloak very much the first time. But I think we might want to go for like a big shield rather than a fast recharging shield. We didn't start with that much dark matter. Well, I guess for now we're just kind of getting along. Oh, wait. Effective range. 4 kilometers. Okay. Oh, well, okay. Well, I don't hate that. Okay, that's pretty good. I'm a fan of that. So we're at 158 of 355. We were at half. Which will put us slightly below 180. So it really doesn't damage the ship that much. The downside is that I don't know if it's a percentage or if it's an amount of flat damage that we take. Oof. Boy, this thing's fast. Holy crap. So, like, if I shoot the ore, will it just... Nope, it is really bad at mining. Okay. Well, remember, we're going to go to We're going to go to half no matter how much we expend, so... You can see the windshield glass is cracking. It makes me a little nervous. I missed. Firing when it's red, I guess it doesn't... It's not completely instant transmission. And the damage output increases as our health goes down. Yeah, this is potentially exciting. This could be a really fun run. I also am almost certainly going to die at some point in a stupid way. So, like, everybody prepare yourselves. Gird yourself for this now. Because it is going to happen. And I don't want anybody to be, you know, taken by surprise. Let's go look over here. So remember, we haven't done it in a while because I figured out that it was a dumb way to do things, but you can open crates by bumping them with your ship, and if you have shielding, it won't, you know, it could do a small amount of hull damage if you had no shield on. But we do have a shield, so I might open crates by nosing them again. Not in this case. Ooh, there's dark energy in there. It's not dark matter, but it's, you know, still something. Okay, well. And hey, a time extender, which I think will be very valuable. Some adaptive armor that I'm not allowed to wear. Okay, the energy usage of this thing is pretty low. That's what I was checking there. Is there anything else in this sector that, like... I mean, we can go with this ore. I don't see any more really obvious loot. I do miss my sensory overload a little bit. Okay, sometimes it releases multiple things of resources. But so I guess our goal here is to just, like, snipe. I imagine big ships are going to be a problem. Yeah, we'll go this way so we can use the service station. I imagine big ships are going to be a problem. Probably. This is an okay weapon. As far as weapons go, I'm giving this at least a 4 out of 10.
There's a few of them.
I know. Every enemy everywhere wants to fight me always. Yeah, I'm firing when it turns red, but it's not always actually hitting. Please stop doing it. Hold up. Wait a second. Let's just let the shield recharge. There we go. Yeah, it's an okay weapon. Oh, what? Please stop. This feels a little unfair. It feels like I'm not really giving them a chance. Alright, well, we're living dangerously. This weapon seems like it's maybe better on the other ship, the middle-sized ship, but oh shoot, we're gonna be really bad at clearing minefields. We'll just have to like weave carefully through them. It seems like it would be better on the medium-sized ship, but that may not be the case because it may be that the hull damage is a percentage of your maximum hull instead of a flat value. Okay, does anything else look particularly compelling? Oh, there's that rock is big enough that it has stuff inside of it. God, this game looks good. Yeah, I don't know. It seems pretty good, though. Has it... It has killed our thing. I was hoping that maybe the way it was constructed would not count as, like, taking hull damage for the purpose of this, but whatever. We don't need goals. What are we going to get? A small amount of money? What do I even use that for? It's not even really enough to afford meaningful upgrades anymore. They've all gotten so expensive now. Thank you, sensors. A normal shield. Well, the low shutdown duration and the fast recharge rate is cool, but we right now have the option of just shielding, or of just cloaking and letting our shield regen while we're invisible, so I do think I like the slower recharging but larger capacity shield. And it seems like our ancient weapon can only damage our actual hull and can't damage any systems, which was the thing I was a little worried about. I think this is going to go okay. We're going to be alright. I kind of wish that the no hull damage challenge was don't take hull damage from enemies or something. But again, it's trivial to complete it if you want to complete it, because you can just start in Sector 2. Huh. There's very little to do here. I'm sure enemies will jump in when we get close to the service station, though. That seems to happen a lot. That's a fuel transport. I doubt that I would go after a transport with this weapon because of how many shots it takes to open up all of the containers. But even if I was going to go after a transport, it sure as heck would not be a fuel transport. I don't like any of these trades. No thank you. Repair station, no thank you. Yeah, we can buy some fuel. May as well. Well, there's not a lot of stuff going on here. I like these sort of cloudy ones, but also do make it a little bit harder to see cool loot. Oh, right on top of us too, huh? Yeah, the time extender is a good combination with this weapon. I'm not going to launch our shield charge drones yet. I'm saving them for situations where I think we're actually in danger, because I don't want them to just get destroyed. But let's remember we have them, because I'm totally going to forget that we have them. I suppose with this weapon it's maybe a little bit more important than usual to make sure that I aim before I fire. So I've always been a big fan of fire, then aim, then fire a second time. It's a good strategy in video games, maybe not in life. This is good enough. Let's get through the boring part of the game quickly, huh? The easy stuff at the beginning. Skipping Sector 1 is totally sensible. I just don't know that I think it's worth an enhancement slot necessarily. Like, it doesn't matter. We just burn through it real fast. Okay, there's some crystal available. Ooh. Awesome. I feel incredibly powerful. Can I upgrade this thing? No. That's a shame. Okay, there's a little bit of gimme, because I definitely I twitched a little bit as I was firing there, and I'm like 100% sure that I didn't actually hit that drone, but it gave it to me anyway. So I appreciate that. Misses with this weapon are sort of high stakes. So, ooh, Shield XC Mark II. Still has really crappy total hit points, but that is a high recharge rate. I'll swap that in for now. We're going to make ourselves a really big shield eventually, but this is actually... a Mark II this early is nice to have. Alright, Alright, so there's like weird little mining bases over here. I'm taking it pretty slow on the refire, but not because I have to. It seems like I could fire this thing pretty quickly if I wanted to. So that'll be useful against larger ships. Actually, it's pretty safe now. Let's just test it. Yeah. Yeah, this thing's going to be okay. It's going to do alright against some stuff. Especially since when you rapid fire it, the damage goes up with each shot due to your rapidly decreasing health. Alright, I will absolutely buy gas and an access key. I will not trade any of my resources for money. I am a buyer, not a seller. So we need kind of a lot of dark matter. I mean, that should be... Once you get some good crafting blueprints, that's sort of the whole game, isn't it? Could really use some dark matter. I'm a little nervous about not being able to construct missiles, in part because missiles are sort of how I compensate for cognitive overload. Like, ooh, all right, it's getting a little more real here. You know what I mean? When stuff is too Jesus, SP, aim, then fire. We get closer. There we go. Yeah, that's pretty good. That's an effective weapon there. But what I was saying was when stuff gets hard and like I have a little bit of like physical mechanical panic. I'm like, oh god, what do I target? What do I target? What is... That's from the missiles really help. Because all you have to do is lock on something and then hit the button and they do the work for you from there. Tried to get me with his shield breaker missile, but it turns out shield breaker missiles just are not very effective. Okay, those guys are actually too far away to fight. So basically what I'm saying is I'm going to have to keep my head about me to an unusual degree here, which is not necessarily great for me. I'm not like super good at that. Alright, trying to keep an eye out for the turrets. Look for the little red lights. Yeah, like that. Thanks, solid example. Should be another one around here. Usually the way these are built... Oh, I'm looking at the floor, though. That's right. Because I'm in here upside down. Oh, there was a drone server. I'm gonna just bump this container. Alright, let's pick up the good stuff. And then get that... Wait. There's a piece of loot over there. I'll get it in a second. Ow. Okay. 2 access keys, 2 big room center. A bunch of stuff out there that really wants to kill me. We'll get to it.
One man's waste is another man's treasure.
So now we know that there are not going to be any more... Ooh, wow, Mark 3. We know there's not going to be any more subroutines or anything. We have completely filled up that that menu. So there's no more glyphs and there's no more subroutines in the game. We got them all. We're starting to hit the end of the content a little bit. And I'm a little concerned about how much I've been fighting here. Like, we're definitely in some amount of danger right now, due to the very low amount of health I have Tractor beam? I don't think so, right? Yeah, we're fine. We don't need that. That's a teleporter Mark III. It teleports you 900 meters forward. I don't think I like these. I don't think they're very... I'm being shot at. It looks like the enemy ships outside are being shot at. I mean, we heard something jump in. I guess it must have been Okar jumping in to fight the outlaws. Do enhanced objects... I've never really paid much attention. I wonder if enhanced items give more salvage. Oh, there's a nano injector in there that we missed. That's actually something that I might want to hold on to. Yeah, I'm going to take that over the drone override. Oops. Swap. Dead salvage. That seems like it could be really valuable, actually. Alright, we gotta get out of here. And my time extender ready. What are we looking at? We're looking at kind of a lot of guys. They're fighting... Okay. G&B is here, and they're fighting some of the dudes. So we want to kill this guy. Actually, we want to focus on the Okar. And let G&B fight the outlaws as much as possible. Also, we want to not miss the drones. Don't worry, guys, I got him. Okay. I'm not going to go back in there. We have stuff to try to get before before our time here runs out. I don't really need the, like, 2 scrap that shield booster is going to break down into. But that was nice. The G&B jumping in thing has actually been pretty valuable. I'm glad we bought that as early as we did. So yeah, we're starting to run out of content a little bit. You know, we've beaten the game. My impression from reading some stuff on the Steam forums, which I do and I do not recommend that anybody else do, is that once we have this DNA thing resolved, there's not a whole lot of like new stuff going on. So we might be seeing this series come to an end in the near future. But I have really enjoyed it. I've definitely gotten my money's worth out of this game. This was a fantastic buy. Oh, we flew around in that lightning field for a remarkably long time before it actually hit us. Alright, so let's try to get this crystal. We are definitely still at the point in this run where crystal is very important to us. Although, a little bit less than maybe in some runs, due to the fact that we can't upgrade our weapons. Yeah. I had hope because the upgrade icon had appeared. Let's just get the heck out of here. I'm kind of surprised the Okar didn't jump in on us, given how long we spent there. Alright, well, we should probably go to our wreck. Yeah, it's much less likely that the service station is going to have meaningful stuff for us than it is that our wreck will have meaningful stuff for us. Okay, big G&B mining platform with a supplies transport. That's nice. There's some outlaws out in the distance. Yeah, I'm not really sure what I want to replace EVERSPACE with yet. So we got a few episodes left, for sure. But if you guys have anything interesting you'd like to see on the channel, this might be a good time to go ahead and suggest it. Keep in mind, though, that I'd like the game that replaces EVERSPACE not to be one that I'm going to be playing for a huge amount of time. Because I think that the other 2 series that are currently running on the channel are going to have quite a few episodes left in them. And I'd like to keep some new stuff rotating in relatively frequently. May as well pop our time extender here. I don't think we're gonna need it to fight anything else anytime soon. Yeah, I see why they gave this one to you last. I'm assuming that the things are in a more or less set order. Because if you got the ancient weapon really early on, you could very easily have some runs that make some of the challenges very, very easy. Alright, who's next? Okay, well that was remarkably easy. Usually when you get that many things jumping in on you, you're in a little bit more danger. Alright, let's go to my rack. I saw some more indicators. There's some turrets down there. This must be an outlaw base near the in that rock. Okay, this is pretty good. There's some dark energy here. It looks like no dark matter though. Oh, let's take this. So it looks to me like the wrecks are not where you left them, right? Like, there's no way this ship went down in Sector 2, right? Like, I'm just gonna pop him out now. May as well. I think it's more important to carry around the... Yeah, there's your base. I think it's more important to carry around the shield charge drone. It may have a little bit more long-term value to us. There we go. Those ones take 2 hits. Hold on, let's grab these real quick and then we'll head in there. A little bit of plasma is good. We haven't really found any plasma fields yet, so... It is still glowing. Can I... Is it just always going to glow? Do I... Yeah, being close to it doesn't make me scan it or anything. Okay, whatever. Tom Frank, we salute you. You're no Ratty or Jim, but, you know... Listen, we're all brothers here in a very real way. If you are someone's clone, are you their brother? Also, what am I being targeted by? Oh, yes. Well, missile turrets are a lot less dangerous than usual. Although, I mean, to be fair, they're not actually very dangerous usually either. Okay, I think we're good. Let's, well, hold on. I'm all in sensory overload mode. I'm like, I don't see any more nodes. There must not be anything here. We might be able to get some gas over there. There might be some mineable gas rocks. We have to actually, like, look around and use our brains again. Get used to being on autopilot for resource collection. I'm certainly not going to hover around the G&B gas refineries and grab, like, a single gas here and there. Oh, it looks like they have not, in fact, left any stuff for us to... Or left any big mineable rocks for us to take. So... Here's a question. Since we're about to leave, do I want to just, like, rob them real quick? Just, like, steal a container and bail? Maybe 2. I'm gonna steal 2. Yep, I understand they are not pleased with the thing that I've chosen to do here.
You have drawn the attention of hostiles.
Sure, but I'm underneath the ship where they can't find me. Okay, maybe that wasn't 100% right. Let's see them catch this. Let's see them catch this random slaloming. It's the one space maneuver that nobody can figure out how to defeat. We didn't really get anything cool there. We got some gel. Is this... No, this isn't one of the overheat nodes, because I think you get a notification on those the second you enter them. Come on. Damn it. There we go. I don't actually want to fight these guys. I just want them dead. This weapon's real dumb. This is pretty good. And I think the trade-offs you make for it are interesting. I think if you didn't also take resetting health, it might be a little bit more interesting. This seems like a pretty good fit for our situation. Although maybe I'm overestimating the rarity of nanobots. Maybe I should have just left us at normal. I could have taken leech. Like I said, I was a little nervous about that. A little nervous that individual nodes might end up being too difficult.
Time.
But I'm starting to think that I just made a bad call there and that I should have taken leech. We'll see how it feels in harder combat. We've really only faced small numbers of pretty easy enemies so far. Feels a little unsporting. It's like killing a deer with a sniper rifle. It's not to say it doesn't take any skill, but like, boy, that deer sure doesn't stand a chance. There we go. Alright, let's go get some ore. And we'll figure out what that drone was flying around. Might be a container or two over here. I wonder if sort of your game difficulty is set by the ship. Because, right, I was thinking with the other... There we go. Got the other drone. The drone server is launching drones into the minefield. Please don't crash into me, my own drone. With the other ships, the last few runs, I've been thinking that the game seemed to be sort of ramping up more quickly. But with this one, the nodes have been pretty easy so far, pretty light resistance. We're not seeing Mark III ships or anything yet. It could just be luck. I mean, I guess we are still in Sector 2. But, you know, like, it seems easier. It could just be luck.
A freighter
or it could
requires
be
assistance in extracting itself from a minefield. A credit reward for your services has been offered.
That's not actually a very good job for me. Hey, it's Edward Laser. Don't go anywhere. I need your parts. I need parts from you.
I hope
That's
this is worth it.
It's for the better.
Take this. Yeah, that's very easy. Got one drone. Yeah, and I just like don't care about my health, and I can fire my weapon as much as I want, and everything's great. It's a very powerful build, I'll say that. It's a very powerful build, and I may have screwed up and not made it as powerful as it could be. Alright, so that's DNA, right? Yeah. So where are the clones coming from? How is it that I don't know when more clones are... Like, I'm catching up to clones, right? Presumably we're all coming from the same place and we're all going to the same place, maybe? Actually, maybe that's not a safe assumption. But I'm very confused about the mechanics of this. Alright, let's go check out this, let's go check out this thing. Are there any containers around? We should definitely pop all the tanks. Both because we need fuel and because it would be cool to get some gas. Alright, and this freighter wants me to kill 15 mines that are near him. I mean, we can do that, I guess. Because I can stay super far away from the minefield. But by the time we finish clearing the mines, we're really, really not going to have a lot of health left. It doesn't help that I keep bumping into stuff either. That's not great.
Bingo! Nanobots!
It's kind of nice to actually care about finding nanobots again. And obviously I'm conducting all of my own personal business before we even try to help this guy. Although I guess maybe that was not really that sensible, because the thing I just did was go way out of my way to collect 130 credits, when helping him is certainly going to yield a hell of a lot more than that. Okay, so let's just fire at 15 mines. I should probably aim at them a little bit more carefully. The game is not giving me a lot of aim assist on these, probably because they don't register as proper enemies. Although the crosshair does turn red on them, I don't know, maybe. Alright, remember, our weapon cannot kill us. I mean, I know you said kill 15, but you look pretty clear to me, buddy.
A payment has been deposited with you by way of reward for your assistance.
Okay. Sitting there and clicking 15 times is probably worth 2k. We should really leave the node, though. Alright, so I think we're not really concerned about energy that much this game. Our weapon is capable of killing a huge amount of enemy ships within our energy bar. So I think we don't really have to go for the energy consumption mods that we've gotten used to. We can instead lean into stuff like heavy duration upgrading. So what can I build? We probably don't have to make energy core extensions either. I can build a time extender Mark III, which I probably should do. Let's go ahead and let's junk this, because the time extender Mark III has a significantly better duration, and then we're gonna upgrade it for duration as well. We can have our time extender running a lot. Don't want to lower cooldown. Duration, cooldown. What's it at right now? It's at 32 seconds cooldown, so we can be boosted almost half the time. Yeah, let's go ahead and bring that cooldown down a little bit. Okay, so we can be at slow time half of the time. Also, I'm at 5 access keys. Is that right? That's where'd they all come from? There's mineable gas. There's a bunch of gel over there. This G&B dude's gonna try to get a kill. Little does he know, the problem is already solved. Hey, how you doing? Definitely no reason to be terrified of me. That is a turret stand. That is the bottom side of a turret stand. Let's rotate up here, try to get a little bit better angle on this thing. There we go. I'm getting better. Let's bust up the drone server. I don't see another turret anywhere. Okay. Stop. Take a breath. Firing at nothing here. It's actually really hard to see where his ship is. It helps a little bit to be able to see them, because this weapon really wants you to actually click right on them some of the time. Sometimes it gives me a little assist. Other times it feels like I have to be real precise with it. I don't know. Maybe sometimes I'm a better shot than I realize. Well, but most of the time, not so much. So there's a bunch of drone bodies here. I'm debating whether it's worth shooting at them. It's probably not. We are going to have to be really cautious about lightning storms. We're going to be running around with not just low hull capacity, but also actually low hull basically all the time. So if our shield gets stripped by a lightning strike at a bad moment, we could just die very suddenly. It's kind of a lot of gel. It's probably worth navigating a minefield for. Ooh, a plasma field. It definitely seems like the mines have a hard time locking on to the interceptor. Or the scout? I think this is... whatever. This ship. Listen, I've only played the game for like 40 hours. There's no good reason for me to know the names of the things in it. Is there anything cool left over here? No, we were pretty thorough. Cleared out the lightning. There were some G&B dudes fighting an outlaw, but I don't know where the outlaw died. So I have no idea where his loot would be. Whatever, we're fine. There's not a huge number of types of loot that we need, really. No DNA to speak of. I guess we could take this higher path so we get the service station. Every once in a while, every once in a great while, we do run into a service station or a trader that is selling dark matter. Uh-oh, I don't like this at all.
Good shot.
Okay, it's possible that I overestimated the danger. Yeah, possible. It's possible that I overestimated the danger. What's going to be inside the base? Because we know it's not going to be a glyph. We have all the glyphs. I wonder if it's just going to be empty. Well, I suppose let's go find out. There's a big minefield here for some reason. I wonder if it was patched. Like, these nodes used to contain nothing, right? It was always just the ancient, maybe two groups of ancients and the base. But lately, they've always contained additional minables and like a lot of... there's been enemies have been much more common. So I wonder if that was a result of a patch or if, again, it's the game sort of adjusting to the fact that we're better at the game now. We have a lot more items and blueprints and stuff. I don't know. Let's find out what you get out of the crazy ancient obelisk if you can't get a glyph. My guess is nothing. A single unit of dark energy. Fine. And yeah, we'll go ahead and take the ancient shortcut, because there's no DNA in this sector, so why not?
Can't spend eternity in here, as pretty as it is.
I would appreciate if we moved elsewhere.
You're not the boss of me. I'll spend eternity where I want. Okay. Well, I managed to hit the other drone and the fighter he was with before I actually hit him. Let's head this way before we go to the suppressor. Just because it looks like there's not a lot of valuable stuff over here, we're not going to want to come back. Let's grab the cool stuff that's easily available. Okay, let's look around in this cave a little bit. Actually, it's a pretty small cave. Yeah, okay. Ooh. We are real close to the target of that mining laser. Alright, let's go peel off this jump suppressor then. Surprise! Are Okar, and they're closer to the outlaw base than they are to us. So let's... yeah, that was a good distraction. Thanks, guys. What is that? That might just be a missile flying off into the distance. Okay, so I think there's still a turret active on the outlaw base, because that Okar definitely took damage that we were not doing. Alright, there was a missile silo. I didn't see it get hit by a missile, but that must be what happened. We were pretty far away. And we got more stuff jumping in? Yeah, this is a promising run. I'm gonna have to be more careful than usual.
Banked.
I do think it's kind of funny though when I at the end of the last video when I said, okay, we're gonna do the small ship next. Somebody commented, "This will be interesting. It's kind of cool because the small ship takes so much more skill, and I have found a way to completely remove the skill requirement." Listen, being good at stuff is hard. But if you're smart, you can often work your way around having to be good at stuff. That was not the jump suppressor, that was a comm hub. Well, whatever. Let's try to grab some of this stuff. Now we know, we should know where the jump suppressor is now. Thanks to the comm hub, at least. That is 4 dark matter. I am overjoyed. I don't sound overjoyed, but you're scared to trust me. This would be a weird thing for me to lie to you about. I actually don't think I see the suppressor signal on my HUD. Hold on, let's finish looting this minefield a little bit. That's a little close for my comfort.
Credits. Nice and simple.
Yeah, I don't think I know where the jump suppressor is. Well, let's just go this way. Right? Yeah. Oh, there it is. There it is. Okay, cool. We're almost at a full complement of nanobots. We're not likely to need them anytime soon, but the time will come. And when the time comes, I think we're probably going to need a lot of them. So. We're probably still in easy mode land for a while longer. Obviously, I was partially joking when I said that thing about...
Mines have flickering lights, so you can see them. Can it be
Thank
any
you.
more obvious?
Thank you, Hive. That's very helpful. I was kind of joking when I said, you know, you can be smart enough to not have to be good at stuff. But there's like a real distinction to be drawn between physical dexterous skill, like ability to aim and stuff, and just being able to think your way around the situation. And I feel like my aim is not awesome. So a single mine through our full shield killed us there. So that's pretty bad. I'm going to do this again, though. This is fun and cool. Let's open up the consumables a little bit. And then, like, buy some energy capacity. Because we can't really buy a lot of... Yeah, we're not going to be taking sensory overload. Let's go ahead and upgrade the sensor range. Sure, maximum speed's probably okay. Critical hits? Yeah, whatever. Spend money. Okay. Yeah, we're just gonna, tomorrow, we're just gonna take the exact same ship out, because I was having a lot of fun there, and I died in a way that is, pretty dumb. I died in a way that makes it clear that I am not smart enough to not have to be good at things. So, come back next time. Colonial Scout Tulvis is hopefully going to succeed where the last guy failed. And we'll see you then.